So, what could it cost to divorce my husband if he's not cooperative? I receive some version of this question almost every initial new client consultation. Hi, my name is board certified divorce lawyer Christopher Bruce, and let me tell you what you can expect to pay in legal fees in a difficult divorce. On average, in my firm in the South Florida market, with most of our cases being representing women against difficult men, we find the average amount paid in legal fees is $20,000 for divorce cases where the husband doesn't give up easily. In our typical average case, it's going to take 6 to 9 months for our client to get divorced. Usually there's going to be a need to do a financial investigation. Usually the initial mediation and negotiation process doesn't work. Sometimes we have to do things called depositions, or we have to go get documents the husband doesn't give us through subpoenas. It just takes a little while to get to the point of where the case can be negotiated. And then the husband is a difficult person and doesn't give in easily. So in those types of cases, usually it's going to be 1 or 2 mediations with usually a deposition and sometimes a minor court hearing or 2. And the husband will, on average, end up giving in, throwing in the towel for about $20,000 worth of legal work. Now, that is not what all of our clients pay. For some of our clients, the process goes much smoother. And for some of our clients, they end up paying 6 figures or more to go through a very complex divorce trial. That $20,000 figure is just the average when we look at what do our clients with difficult husbands end up paying when we add up all the legal fees and average them out. If you're not in a high cost legal market, like if you're in Iowa listening to this, your divorce is going to be probably a lot less expensive than it is to get divorced here in Palm Beach County, Florida. If you're in Manhattan getting divorced, it's probably going to be a little bit more money up there. A lot of our clients want to know, okay, well, what is it going to cost to go all the way through a divorce trial? And I usually give them the "it depends" lawyer answer that everybody hates, but it really does depend on what are the issues in a case, how much litigation is there, how important are the things that are being decided in court. On the lower end, we have some clients get all the way through a 1 or 2 issue divorce trial that doesn't involve complex financial valuations for around $30,000. On the higher end, we've had people spend $500,000 or more going through a very difficult divorce that has complicated business valuations, side lawsuits that end up happening sometimes in other states, and sometimes trials that are going on 4 or 5 days, have 30 or 40 witnesses. It just really depends on all the issues. I would say the average case that goes from beginning through trial is usually going to be right around $100,000 if there's a business to value, if there's a long-term support claim, if my client doesn't have access to a lot of the financial documents and the husband doesn't turn them over easily. And that can include sometimes paying a forensic accountant, paying court reporter costs, some of the other costs that are going to come up during a divorce case. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, holy cow, that's a lot of money, there's no way I'm ever going to be paying that, I want you to think about a couple of things. 1, not all divorces are going to end up costing that much. Number 2, the issues in your case might not need, a powerhouse lawyer to get done. You might just need to get a court case going and go through the motions. And if there aren't a whole lot of assets, you just divide what you have and move on. And sometimes it's not worth paying a lawyer $100,000 if you're not going to get much benefit out of it. And third, perhaps most importantly, look, the money that you pay to get divorced might be a lot, but how do you compare that to staying married to somebody who's ruining your life, who's making you feel like every day is walking on eggshells, who's making you model poor, toxic relationships to children or to other people who depend on you? You have to think about all of that. I would encourage not to allow money to hold you back from leaving a toxic relationship. I'm not saying you need to find a way to, pay bazillions of dollars to divorce lawyers, but one way or another, get out of the relationship. If it's a toxic one, don't stay in it just because of money issues. You'll come to regret that decision later in life. Trust me, I've met with so many women in their 60s and 70s, sometimes even 80s. And when it comes to them leaving a toxic relationship, the one thing just about all of them share in common is they wish they did it decades before. Don't let that be you. If you have more questions about this, put them in the description below. Like and subscribe for more of this content, and check out the loads of free resources that are in the description. We have multiple divorce books on a variety of topics that we give out for free, from divorcing a narcissist to controlling your difficult divorce. Just learning about the basic divorce laws in Florida. We pretty much cover the spectrum with our free resources. Check them out, learn up before you get started with this process. And if your divorce is going to be in the Florida area, I really welcome you to consider contacting my law firm. Myself or one of my law partners will sit down with you, answer your divorce questions, and more importantly, help you develop a divorce strategy that allows you to move forward with confidence.